Well, I got into beer making by a group of friends who were actually home brewers. I was the last one pretty much to get into it. We did it as friends, and then everybody got married and had children, and I'm pretty much the last one making beer. Now I do it professionally. I was looking to get back into business again. I'm actually a firefighter in the town of East Haven, and I've been there for 21 years, so that's the job that pays the bills, and this is the kind of business that is fun so far, but we're getting there. So it was a natural progression. I had a business before. I got out of business to spend more time with my wife and children, and then I kind of got the business itch again, and I wanted to get back into business, and it just seemed something I like to do, so I said, well, let's give it a try. I work a lot now. I spend a 42-hour work week at the firehouse, but we work nights, and so I'll have time during the day to be here, so it's probably a 2 full-time job. My philosophy on beer is I like to make beers that people can enjoy that aren't too strong, either too bitter like the IPAs, overdone, or really high in alcohol. I make what's called session beers, which are lower alcohol beers that you could drink a few of them at a time and not fall off your stool. Right now I have 2 beers out. One is an English style ale, which is in no particular style. It's kind of a hybrid of a style I made myself, and it kind of appeals to a broad range of people. It's not really too malty, it's not really too bitter. It's kind of the middle of the road beer. The other beer I have right now is an American wheat ale, and that is a wheat beer, just kind of like the Blue Moons and your Sam Summer, like that, but it's an American style, which it has American hops, and it has a cleaner, drier finish than those beers. Those are of a Belgian style. And right now in the fermenters I have an old ale, which is a little stronger version of a English style ale. This is going to be the tasting room. I'm working on it currently right now. I just actually finished building the bar today, so that's going to be where we're going to have our tastings. You're going to be able to walk into this room and have a self-guided tour, so you'll be able to stay in this room, take a self-guided tour, have a taste of beer, and be able to purchase beer or shirts and hats and stuff like that from the brewery. This room is basically my warehouse area. We do pretty much everything other than the brewing and the fermentation in this room. The grain is stored in here, and it's ground over there. The finished product is all over here, and there's empty bottles actually over here. And just a couple tables that I use for labeling and just general purpose, having room to do things on. This is where I do my brewing in here. This is a commercial system, actually a home brewer's system that I made into a larger system. And it has a capacity of 1 barrel, which is 31 gallons. And the reason why I made it that is that the government does all their calculations for taxes in barrels. So I said, let me make it easy on myself and have a 1-barrel system. So this is where everything is brewed. Okay, from there, we're now in the fermentation room. This is where the tanks of beer become beer. And they get pumped into these. These are fermenters, and they have a 1-barrel capacity. These 4, these 2 on this side have 2-barrel capacity, which means they hold 62 or more gallons in that range. And we also bottle in this room, and the bottler is over here. It's a gravity-fed bottler. It's actually a wine bottler, and we just hand bottle that, and we cap it with the capper, the hand capper right there. I would like to, I envision a local brewery, like the breweries of old, when breweries were local, like bakeries and such, that beer was fresh and it was local, and you didn't have to travel far. There's an old saying that said usually the delivery area for a brewery was as far as a wagon can go in 1 day. So it's really not that outstretching. Obviously we can go a little farther, but I like to still remain local and close and just kind of have fresh beer for people. I enjoy the art of brewing, and then the actual process of brewing is more science. So to develop a beer, it's an art. To make it, it's more of a process, and then to make it better is a process.